Good morning, everyone. Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Got my coffee in my Disney mug. It's a magical day. Sometimes coffee makes you feel that way, right? If you make it right. I'm just gonna put my AirPod in so you can hear me. I'm today, and today is a color challenge. Okay, so sometimes you just need a little inspiration when it comes to color. I know I struggle sometimes when I sit down and look at my ink pads and my cardstock, and I'm like, what colors am I going to put together today? So today I'm playing along with the color inkspiration challenge #101. So we're going to see how this card turns out. I'll share with you the graphic when I flip my camera. I like the colors that they've chosen. They've chosen crushed curry, pool party, cinnamon cider, and early espresso. Such great combinations of color. Perfect for fall. Actually, it's perfect for any time of year, but I was kind of thinking fall when I designed this card, or I haven't designed the card. I kind of got ideas in my head. So I just pulled out the paper and we'll just go from there. We'll see how it goes. Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? I'm just waiting for Facebook to pop this into people's feeds and they can come and join us. Looks like we got a nice sunny morning out there today. A little bit chillier. It is fall. It's getting, late October. We cannot complain about the weather we've had here in Calgary. It's been so nice. Yesterday, I got my hair cut, got my hair done, and I felt so good. It's been a long time. I hadn't gone since July, so I was long overdue for a trim. So that felt good to get that done. Good morning, Carol. Thank you for joining me. So today I've got lots of class prep on my desk. Oh, I want to stop also and before I forget, I want to thank you all for your orders yesterday. Thank you for choosing me with your online orders. I truly appreciate you. That was a wonderful sale we had yesterday. Stampin' Up! Gave us a one-day big stamp sale, 15% off all the cling mount stamps in the catalog. So that was a very exciting day. I hope you got some of your favorites at a discount. And yeah, so now we're already into Thursday. So tomorrow's Friday. I have a fun fold for you. Every Friday, I like to join you live with a fun fold, a little different way to fold your card. And today actually is kind of it's not a different fun fold, but it's a different size card. It's not your normal 4¼ by 5½ card base. So I'm going to make a slimline card today. Do you guys know what a slimline card is? It's slim and it's long. So it fits into, I think it's called a legal envelope. So you can get them, anywhere, dollar store, Staples, any kind of office store. I usually have a package of them for, just kind of personal mail that I need or whatever, but it's nice to make a card to fit inside. So that's what we're going to make today. We're going to make a slimline card. We're going to play along with the color inkspiration challenge. So let me put my coffee down over here so that I don't spill it. And let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to flip my camera. Here we go. Okay, let's look down at my work surface and I'll share with you the inkspiration challenge. I printed it off here. And it looks like this. So you can head over to their blog. You can type in, I think it's a Facebook group actually. I found this one on Facebook. My friend Kylie Bertucci shared this with our team. She came and visited our team and did a little talk with us. And she shared this one, and this is a fun challenge that you can participate in. Good morning, Mary. Thank you for joining me. So the colors for this challenge are crushed curry, pool party, cinnamon cider, and early espresso. And they've got a fun little inspirational picture here where they've pulled all the colors from the beautiful bird. And I'm not too versed in my bird, so I'm not quite sure what kind of bird that is, but it's beautiful. You can see how they pulled all of the color, and that's the inspiration for our challenge today. So let's get started. I have my envelope here. So these are the envelopes I was telling you about. You can get these anywhere. I buy them at the dollar store, and they just work for personal things. If I send a permission slip back to the school for my daughter, I can just fold it into 3 and then fit it in there. So that's the envelope. We're gonna use cinnamon cider for our card base today. And let me move my computer off to the side here. Okay, so we are going to play with this stamp set, one of my favorite fall stamp sets that is in the mini catalog, and it's called Nature's Harvest. Love these. I did a whole week a couple weeks ago focusing on this bundle, and so you can check out all my replays for those here on my Facebook page. But we're going to make another card with this one today because I was totally inspired by the color challenge. So what do we have? We've got our card base, cinnamon cider. Now, let me grab my ruler and tell you what the measurements are because I can't remember. I know it's 7 inches wide by 8.5. So you just take your 8.5 by 11 cardstock, cut it 7 inches, and then 8.5, and then of course you're scoring it in the middle at 3.5. Okay, so this is going to be my card base. I'm just going to bring in my bone folder and I'm going to reinforce the score line. Now I have a piece of the beautiful designer series paper from the mini catalog, the one with the stockings, the sweet little stockings. Now I showed this one also last week or the week before when I was talking about that class that I have, the mail out class, and we're going to play with this one. This is the pool party. So there's two of the colors for the color challenge. I have cinnamon cider here. This is designer series paper, our 6x6 pads, and I've cut it at 1 1/4 by 2 3/4, and I have two of those. I have a basic white cardstock, yes, 6.5 by 2 3/4, and again, I have two of those cut. I went ahead and I cut the dies from Nature's Harvest. Now these ones here are beautiful background dies. You can cut them in any color. I kept them white, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them. So those are die cuts. I cut one of the cone flowers using Pool Party cardstock. Then I took the same die and I just used a little piece of scrap of our crushed curry, and I just cut the top, and I'm just going to go ahead here and trim this part because I just wanted the flower blooms. Okay, so that's going to go on top of there for my little cone flower. And for the early espresso part of the card, I have this little twig, little branch die cut. Okay, so I've got all these pieces, and we're going to play with these today and put them together to make a card, a slimline card. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to add some color to these white die cuts because we don't want them to be white, right? We want them to be colored. So let me grab a piece of scrap. That's okay. My grid paper, I've got to change it because I've got a tear in it. So we'll just stamp straight on top of this one. So let's see. We're going to bring in cinnamon cider. Okay, so that's the base, the card base. We're going to play with the cinnamon cider ink, and I'm going to open that up, and we're going to use this fun background stamp from the set, right? I love, love, love this one. And here I've got it on my block, and I'm going to stamp on these. So let's see. Just so you don't have to keep looking at my mess, I'm just going to use a little scrap piece of grid paper that I just pulled out of my paper recycling. Okay, so I'm going to take this ink pad or this stamp. I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to stamp off on my grid paper, and then I'm just going to stamp over top. So stamp off, stamp over top, and they're not going to look the same, and that's okay. I want that kind of a look. So it's a little bit, you know, a modeled kind of look. And we're just getting not the straight cinnamon cider ink, but the stamped off. So I'm going to stamp out of the ink pad onto my grid paper and then right onto the die cut. Can do this with any color combination. It adds a fun texture. Okay, so there we go. Move this off to the side in my recycle bin. Okay, so there's our die cuts with a little bit of the cinnamon cider going on. And now I'm going to bring in my other pieces. So I have this die cut in Early Espresso. I have my full flower in Pool Party. And I've got my stem. So for the stem, what I'm going to bring in is my Early Espresso ink, which is one of the colors in the color challenge. So I've got Early Espresso, and I've got my sponge dauber for Early Espresso here. Put that on my finger. And let's bring back our scrap paper again, because we're going to just add we're going to add some color to the top of this. And I call this flower Black-Eyed Susans. I love Black-Eyed Susans. I just feel like they're just so beautiful. They're hardy too. I have them growing in my backyard. They're an annual, so they are not an annual. They're perennial, so they come back every year. So I love that. I don't really have to do much to keep them happy. So I'm just taking my finger dauber, putting the early espresso ink at the top here, and then I just took what's left on my sponge dauber and I just kind of brushed it lightly along those score lines. I love that the die has little score indentations. I don't know if you can see the dots. Can you see the dots on the top part there? Hi Kathy, thank you for joining. I love the little dots on that die cut, but to accentuate those dots a little bit more, I'm going to bring in my white Stampin' Chalk marker. Now this marker is just so fun. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to do some little taps on the tip of this cone flower with the white marker, and I'll show it close in just a second. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just tapping very lightly and just adding a little bit of accent color. I'll show you up close. So there you can see just a little bit of dots, just makes a little bit more interest to that flower. So that's going to sit right on top of my pool party top, and I'm going to use dimensionals to attach that, just to make it pop out just a little bit more, because it is my focal point. So I'll put my dimensionals right on the bottom part, and then I'm going to put the flower right on top. Just layer it right on top. There we go. So there's my pool party flower. Got my background pieces here and my early espresso stem. I'm going to bring in one of my basic white pieces and I'm going to layer all of this on top. So let's just flip all these guys over. And my favorite way, of course, you can make these into stickers by using the adhesive sheets, but you guys know me, I love my liquid glue. So I'm just going to flip them all over, and then I will bring in my silicone mat just in case I get glue on the edges. It'll end up on my silicone mat and it makes cleanup so much easier. Okay, so let's get the glue flowing. That's what I say in the morning. Let's get the coffee flowing and the glue flowing. All right, so I'm just coming around here. I'm gonna add little dabs of glue, not too thick, just a little bit. Come along here. This die has some nice thick spots where I can put my glue. This one here, same thing. The leaves are nice and wide. I can add quite a bit. And then this one is a skinnier one, but you can just have a little patience and just dab it, you know. And I always say it's better to let this dry partially before you stick it down. So if you want to go grab another coffee, go use the washroom, come back, this will stick, because the minute it touches another piece of cardstock, it's going to stick. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it right away. So I'm going to take this one and my white piece here. I'm going to put that kind of leaning over to the side, just tap it down. And then I'm going to take my other one, just being careful not to get glue on my fingers. And then I'm just going to kind of lean that one over to the other side a little bit. They're stacked on top of one another. And then this early espresso piece is going to go in the middle, just like that. There. And then this guy, my focal point, is going to go right in the center. So we'll get rid of the silicone mat. And this one's going to sit right here. Just like that. I just love how these die cuts all work so well together. It's a wonderful, wonderful set. I love it. It's a bundle, of course, so you can save 10% when you get the dies and the stamps. Did you just order it, Angela? Yeah, that's a good one. You're going to love having this one in your collection. You can do these cone flowers in any color, right? I've done them in our new fresh freesia. Oh, it looks fantastic in the fresh freesia. And you could do any color, pink, purple, you name it. So this is going to go right here on the top of my pool party layer. And we're going to bring in my glue, add my glue to the edges. So this is going on here. I'm just leaving about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. like that. And then I'm going to bring in my cinnamon cider, which is going to sit down here. Now, I cut it 1¼ inches in height. Could have went with 1½, but that's okay. I'll show you what I'll do to cover up that little gap. I'm going to put it down here at the bottom so I've got the same amount all the way around the edges, like so. And we're going to bring in, I love this ribbon. This is the Early Espresso Faux Suede Trim. Such a beautiful ribbon, and you can tell I need to order some more because mine is almost empty. That's okay, because we only need a tiny piece for what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right across this part of my card on the bottom here. So I'm going to flip this over. Just going to grab some tape runner. You can use yours, whatever you have. If you're using the, what is our tape runner called? See, I don't even use it hardly. I have some here in my desk though. The Stamp and Seal, you guys, this one. If you have Stamp and Seal, you can use that for the same purpose. Just flip it over and put a little bit of adhesive on the back. And then I'm just going to wrap my ribbon around the front of my card, covering that little gap that I had there. It's going to attach that at the back. This faux suede ribbon, they named it properly. It is just like suede. It feels so soft. Really, really nice ribbon. All right, so I'm using up all my ribbon here. Definitely got to put this on my order today. I forgot to order this. I need a running list here in my craft room because I'm using my stuff all the time. Okay, so let's come in here and put all the glue all the way around here. This is my card front. So let's bring the card base back in, and we're going to mount this right on the top of this one, like so. Oh, I'm loving how this is coming together. It is so beautiful. I love these colors. I would never have thought to put these colors together. Okay, so this is going to go right here. I'm just going to tie a knot. It's my faux bow, my favorite way to tie a bow. Just it's a faux knot really. And I'm just going to leave it right there. And let's trim the ends. There we go. So I've got that. Now we need a greeting, right, for the front. So this stamp set has really nice thank you. So I'm going to grab, whoops, I'm going to grab that one with my Early Espresso ink. And I've got some scrap paper here. And we're going to ink that up and stamp it right there. And I have my favorite double oval punch. So I'm going to pop this in here. Now you can see how I want the small oval, so I'm not going to waste this top part. So you can trim your cardstock shorter. You don't need to waste it, right? So we can just come on in here there. Now I'm happy because I'm only using the amount of cardstock that I need. Pop that out. So that's going to be my greeting. I have a scrap piece of Early Espresso, so I'm going to cut out the scallop oval for my layer. Now, let's see. You could put it like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of glue to the scallop one, put the oval one down, and let's put those on dimensionals too. Put this one on dimensionals. So we'll use 2 dimensionals to pop this guy up. There we go. And we're going to put that right here at the base of our little wildflower bouquet. There we go. Oh, I love it. Okay, so the inside, I've cut the exact same piece of basic white and the exact same piece of our cinnamon cider. That's going to go on the inside of my card, so I have plenty of room to write a greeting to my recipient. And I love the coordinating colors, the tone on tone, the cinnamon cider on the cinnamon cider. All right, so we're going to stick that down there. Now you could take it a step further if you have the stamp set, and you could stamp your coneflower image down here if you wanted to. You know, there's lots and lots of ways to make this card your own, right? And change it. So I'm actually gonna leave this gap. I'm gonna embrace this gap. So we're gonna have a little space on the inside here like that, and there we have it. Now, if you want to add bling, I did add ribbon. A ribbon can be considered an embellishment, but of course, bling always makes everything look better. So let me grab some matching bling. Um, let's see. You know, in Stampin' Up! World, they have everything to coordinate, right? So these are the 2020 to 2022 in color square gems. These are in the current catalog. Look at that. Look how, oh, I just love these. They're so cute. And they match. So the two in colors that I have coming through on my card here, I have the cinnamon cider. And, well, actually, I have crushed curry, right? So crushed curry, not bumblebee. So let's use some cinnamon cider ones because we're going to stick to the color scheme and use the proper colors. So we're going to use these beautiful little square gems in our cinnamon cider. So let's put one right here, and we'll keep them kind of squarish. You could turn them, put them on an angle, and have them like diamonds if you wanted to. I'm going to leave them square. So I'll put one there, one here, and one up here. There we go. Okay, now it's complete with bling. I'm just going to hold this a little bit closer so you can see. Thank you guys. Yeah, this is a fun one to make, and I've got lots of room in here to do a greeting, like thank you, and to do a writing to say exactly what I am grateful for. And of course, I'm going to pop this into my longer envelope, and I can stamp those cone flowers. Oh yeah, definitely going to be stamping the envelope on this one. I will take this guy and I will stamp those right down here in the corner. I think that'll be cool. I can color them with my blends. Oh my gosh. So I won't bore you with watching me color, but I just want to show you all the different ways that you can totally pull all the colors into both your card and your envelope. Here is our inspirational graphic today for the color Inkspiration Challenge #109. I hope you guys will try this one because it was a lot of fun. I played along last month as well, and it was a really colorful challenge. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to, you know, if you're having a creative mojo uh, deficit, I guess I'll call it, and you don't know what to do, it's always fun to pull up a challenge, right? A color challenge, a sketch challenge. I did one of those this week with the Global Design Challenge, and it just gets those creative juices flowing, and you end up making a card that is unique, right? You're not copying anyone because this is totally something that you came up with using the parameters of the challenge. So I hope you'll try it. Let me flip you back around. Thank you so much, Bet. It was fun. I liked making it. I haven't made a slimline card for a long time, so it was time to try this one again. And this design, this size of card, you could do lots and lots of different stamping techniques, right? You can use Christmas trees. You can turn the slimline card and have a whole image going that way, like lots and lots of creative possibilities. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you'll come back and join me tomorrow at the same time. It's going to be Funfold Friday, and I'm excited. So I wish you all a great day. I hope I've inspired you to pull out your stamps, ink, and paper, and to make a card and to send a card to someone you love. Brighten someone's day with some happy mail. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.